What's up, everyone? If you're selling a home in Victoria right now, you just might be wondering, why is it taking so long? And you're not alone. Looking on MLS right now, there's been 175 price drops in the last week alone, which is more price reductions than properties actually selling. If you're a buyer, the big question is, have we reached the bottom of the market, or are there better deals still to come? We're definitely in a summer slump for sure, which is not unusual given the time of the year. A lot of people are on vacation, they're out of town, and they're not really in that buying and selling mindset right now. But there's also a whole mix of new variables affecting our market. The biggest, of course, is that we've had 2 consecutive interest rate cuts, and there's the expectation that more are coming. Both TD Bank and CIBC are predicting 175 basis point cuts by the end of 2025. So that's one of the more aggressive predictions out there, but all the other major banks are all expecting some level of cuts over the next year or two. Mortgage rates are at 17-month lows, and fixed rates are now comfortably below 5% and dropping. And because of all that, I do think Victoria's market is at a bit of a tipping point right now. We still have record levels of inventory, almost 40% more than this time last year. But as you'll see in a moment, it's finally starting to be chipped away at, and we could see a turning point in what's been a very slow summer for sellers. According to Leo at House Hunt Victoria, new listings are slowing down and sales are finally starting to pick up a bit. So that could indicate a turning point in the market. If we get lots of new listings throughout August and September, then certainly I think prices will continue a slow decline. If, however, sales keep at their current pace and new listings slow down, you combine that with an environment of declining interest rates, then FOMO could kick in and prices might start to recover and perhaps even go up. The word is out. It's a bad time to list your home. It's slow out there. It's a bad time to sell. So I'm telling my sellers to wait until the fall, wait until the new year and see what happens then. And if enough people have that mindset, then the new listings might slow down. Of course, some people, maybe estate sales or people have bought and sold, don't have that option. If you do get an offer on a property you're selling, definitely expect a lot of very price-conscious buyers. I'm seeing a lot of contractor quotes during conditional removal period. People are really trying to grind down on every dollar. And it's just kind of a symptom of what we're seeing in the larger economy here, where people are very tapped out with cash. They're very price conscious. You know, even McDonald's and Starbucks, all these big companies are posting declining sales, which indicates people are very conscious of price now and very conscious of discretionary spending. And I'm seeing that translate into buyers' offers, or where they want contractor quotes on absolutely everything, from old wiring, roofs, you name it. There's some good news regarding the new tenancy laws. So BC had put into place that would require 4 months notice for eviction for landlord use of property. So if you were buying a home that was tenanted, you had to wait 4 months before you yourself could get the keys. They've rolled it back to 3 months, which is a big improvement. And mechanically, it will now allow mortgages to sync up with that timeline. However, I still think tenanted properties are going to be very difficult to sell now. 3 months is a long time for people to wait for a home, so expect a lot more people to still continue to sell vacant homes. Looking at prices, single-family detached homes are down 4.6% month over month and 5% over the year, and condos are down about the same, down 4.5% and about the same for the year. Townhomes are doing the best, up 1.8% and flat for the year. With the lower condo sales, it's making it hard for people to climb the property ladder. It used to be that you could sell your 2-bedroom condo downtown, then move up to a townhome or perhaps a detached home with a suite. And now there's ripple effects throughout the market because that property ladder is frozen, because people who have outgrown their condos are unable to move them. We're not seeing a lot of other homes sell. For example, there's some really nice detached homes with suites in the core under $1.2 million, which would have been snapped up 2 years ago in multiple offers, likely by someone who upgraded from their condo. Total sales numbers are up a bit from this time in 2023, but the biggest difference this summer from last is inventory, up 38%. In my last video, I talked about the lack of quality listings and just how many vacant homes there were for sale, which still holds true. A lot of homes where you open the door and it's like a time capsule from the 1960s. But there's also a lot of really nice listings now too, which was different from about 2 months ago. As for why condos aren't selling, it's the sheer number of them. For example, there's over 200 condos for sale downtown compared to about 100 or so at this time over the last 3 years. Detached homes under $1 million in the core, not quite as many, a little bit of an increase here. And the same goes for those homes with a suite under $1.2 million, a bit of an increase, but not as drastic as the condo market. You may have seen in the headlines what's happening in Toronto's condo market. It's even more shocking. They have a lot more condo inventory and the biggest difference there that they're facing now is that rents are starting to decline sharply. Victoria rental rates are holding strong, and that's propping up our condo market and is a really good fallback to people who can't sell. I do think it's going to be a couple years before condo prices bounce back. There's not really a lot of new condos being built now, lots of rentals, not very many new condos, but it could take 2, 3, or even 4 years before prices bounce back and all this inventory gets absorbed and the pipeline kind of runs dry, and then these will be in demand again. Thanks so much for watching. I always want to hear what you're experiencing out there in Victoria's real estate market or wherever you're watching this from. Let me know if you're a buyer, a seller, or just an observer. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.